Right, the first thing I want to talk about is the file ribbon, and the file ribbon is actually common to all three of the applications that we'll be learning: Word, PowerPoint, and Excel. So it's something I want to make sure everyone has a good understanding of before we move forward. And the file ribbon is found by clicking File on the menu, and it's actually, I guess, Office actually calls it the dashboard, but the other things are called ribbons, so I tend to call it a ribbon. And we have a bunch of different choices on here, but they all work the same way in all three programs. So we have the Save and the Save As, and they are very, very similar. The first time you save a program, they work exactly the same way. After that, if you want to save the file in the same place with the same name, you can use the Save button. If you want to give it a new name or change it to a new place, say you want to put it on your thumb drive instead of on your hard drive, or you want to make, have a different version for some reason, you can use Save As. Both of them will bring up a dialog box. Okay, so we've got that going for us. For that, you give it a name and hit Save. Oops, let's jump back to that. You give it a name, specify when to save it. Like I said, if it's your My Documents window or your thumb drive or wherever, and save your file. Other options we have: Open. If you have a file you've already created that you would like to open, you can use the Open command. Again, you'll get a dialog box. You navigate to the direction, location you want to go, and find your file. File Close. Closes a file when you're done working with it, but leaves Word open. Info is the screen that gives you general information about the document, who created it, size, dates, those sorts of things. Recent only works if you're on your own machine. It'll keep track of recent files. The lab computers, it doesn't do much, but you can, if you can't remember which save something, recent might help you track it down. New is when you want to create a new document. Now, one of the cool things about new, most people go new, blank document, create, boom, and that's all you do, and you have a blank sheet of paper and you're ready to go. But if you look down here, these are all something called templates, and templates are pre-existing formats for things. So maybe you need to make, let's see what they've got. I thought they had calendars. Maybe you have to do a resume for something. Let's find some resumes. Do we have resume on here? Alright. Sorry. Look at that. That's good. Personal. See what we get. And there's resume. Okay. So, click that. Open it up. This is kind of an interesting resume design, but essentially it's pre-designed. You could type in the date. So, I don't know why you're doing a date on a resume, but again, this is just to give an example of how a template works, and if it's what you're wanting to do is something that's common, like business cards or calendars or invitations or something like that. This gives you some options. And then Save and Send is another one where you don't use it too often. Maybe you want to send something to email, but most people just go straight to attaching it. But one of the things I like on this is the Create PDF document, and Create PDF. What that does is it saves it as a PDF file. And what a PDF file is a file that you can send to anybody. So if they don't have Microsoft Office, but they need to open it, maybe it's an invitation or a newsletter or something like that, saving it as a PDF, I'm just going to give it a name real quick, and hit publish instead of save. Saving it as a PDF then is something that anyone, so you're sending an invitation or newsletter to your grandmother who doesn't have Microsoft Word. PDF puts it in a format where with a free download she can open it and use it, and that's our PDF there. And then File and Exit would take you out of Word. Okay, so those things are all of the ribbon options. A couple other things we have on the screen. Up here we have something called the Quick Access Toolbar. That's the Save button, exact same as the Save on the file ribbon. This is undo and redo, okay, and you can see it's a drop down, so if you do more than one thing you can go back further. If you make a mistake, great thing to use. I happen to have print and preview and print up. You can customize your ribbon by clicking on this drop down. Over here are the Windows management, so minimize, maximize, and close. Those should be fairly familiar. Down at the bottom left, we have a status bar, and we'll get into the right when we get into the word screen. Okay,